Hey guys, what's going on? Jamie here. Wanted to do a quick video, more of a warning, if anything, because as you guys know, crypto right now is surging like crazy. You can see right now, Bitcoin, inching closer and closer to that 76K mark, broke an all-time high the other night, and yeah, we could be at the beginning of the next bull run. Now, of course, when that happens, scammers come out in force. Scammers, you got to be aware of scammers, even if the market is down. But now that the market is starting to take off, you definitely got to be on your toes, right? So I just wanted to kind of give you a little bit of a warning, something that actually happened to a friend of mine. Um, I think he got hacked for $600,000 worth of Bitcoin. So if you look at that, that's probably based on today's price. Uh, Hold on one second. Calculating it on my phone. Yeah, it was 8 Bitcoin. 8 Bitcoin he got hacked for. So let me give you the rundown here. That way you're aware. You don't have it happen to you because it sucks. Not, sometimes you work hard to accumulate Bitcoin. Some of you guys take savings out and you've been buying Bitcoin for a bit, and then to lose it just because of one little mistake and start from zero, it's definitely not a good feeling, right? So what happened to him was, and I'm just going to kind of paraphrase the story. He was actually telling it to me this morning. Um, we were actually talking about another business, a solar business that I have, and we were talking a little bit about it because he's a superstar salesperson. He actually did solar for 6 or 7 years. Actually ran his own company, his own solar company. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. We started talking about crypto. What happened to him was he had Bitcoin in his Coinbase account, and for whatever reason, I don't know if he forgot his password or something, but he couldn't get into his account. So he was trying to get into his account, trying to get into his account, trying to get into his account. And one day he got a text from what he thought was Coinbase. Looking back, obviously it's not Coinbase because Coinbase won't text you. Coinbase won't call you. Coinbase won't text you, right? Just like MetaMask won't text you, MetaMask won't call you. You're not going to get a phone call from a or a text from these platforms, right? So I don't know if they called him or texted him. I think they texted him. And what happened was they texted him and they said, "Hey, we see that you're trying to get into your account. We want to help you. When can you get on the phone?" So he said, "Hey, let's get on the phone." I think he said, "Let's get on the phone tomorrow" or something like that. Anyway, long story short, he got on the phone, and on that phone call, he said, they were asking him some questions, and he thought it was Coinbase because it sounded like it was Coinbase. Again, those of you guys that are a little bit more crypto savvy, you've been around the block, you know that you're not going to get a phone call. But I guess this is the first time he was, dealing with this type of situation, and they were asking him some questions, and to verify if they were Coinbase, he was asking specific questions like, "Hey, what was my last transaction? When did I open my account?" And they knew the answer. Believe it or not, they actually gave him the right answer, so it gave him some confidence to open up a little bit more and have a little bit more of a conversation. Now, the crazy thing about it, this is what he tells me, is he never gave them, you know, uh, any type of relevant information, right? But what happened was after the phone call was done, they said, "Hey, you'll be able to get into your account tomorrow. Okay, don't try today, but go in tomorrow." And he went in the very next day. He was able to log in. I don't know how that happened, but he was able to log in. But when he logged in, the 8 Bitcoin was gone. It was wiped out, and I think he was able to see that it was withdrawn out somewhere. Um, so I was like, "Man, how'd that happen? You didn't give him any information." What happened was when he got on the phone with them, they were able to get the IP address of his phone. They were able to get the IP address of his phone, and because he does a lot of stuff on his phone, with apps, and I guess he was going on Coinbase, on his phone. They were able to use that IP address to hack into his account. Don't ask me how. I'm not a hacker, right? But they were able to get into his account and withdraw his Bitcoin out, um, which is crazy. Then he tried to deal with Coinbase and say, "Hey, I got hacked, yada yada yada." Long story short, I think he got a lawyer, and through some process, he was able to get like 30K back. I don't know who gave him that 30K, but he got 30K. But obviously 30K is not 600K, right? And then his lawyer said, "Hey, there's no way you're going to win this if you continue this with Coinbase because in their terms and conditions, they say they're not responsible, right? Which is true. They're not responsible for any of that. So, long story short, guys, you have to be very, very careful. Okay, don't get on the phone. Don't even reply back to text. Okay, if you get a text message from somebody saying that they're Coinbase or MetaMask or Exodus Wallet or what have you, Ledger, um, and they want you to click a link or text them back or get on the phone, don't just delete it and don't even get on because a lot of times these hackers, man, they're getting so good. They can pull your IP address from just from a phone call or just from a text back, or God forbid you click a link on a text. Next thing you know, they have access to your phone, they have access to your email. By using your email, they can get into all these different accounts, banking accounts, crypto wallets, et cetera, et cetera. So be very careful. Okay. Understand that, the just like the IRS won't call you, right? There was a scam that was going on way back when. I think they still do it. But the IRS, the guy calls you from the IRS and he says, "Hey, you owe such and such. If you don't pay it back within 2 hours, the cops are already on their way." So now you're scrambling. You're like, "Oh my God, I gotta pay this, blah, 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 blah." IRS will never call you. Okay. They're not gonna call you. They'll send you mail, like snail mail. Okay, that's how they'll communicate with you, but they're not gonna call you. They're not gonna text you. So in that same fashion, Coinbase, Exodus Wallet, Ledger, Ravi, like wallets, even exchange platforms, they're not going to text you, they're not going to call you. So you got to be very careful with that, okay? Because again, you work hard and it takes you a lot of time to accumulate your crypto. You don't want to lose it just because one mistake, right? Another rule of thumb is don't get on Wi-Fi, like public Wi-Fi, then you start going into your wallets. Like when I'm at a hotel, I won't use their Wi-Fi to get into to get into my wallets, or anything like that. You know what I mean? I'll usually just go on my phone's Wi-Fi if I need to use my Wi-Fi and set up a hotspot with my phone, and then I can do what I need to do, or just avoid it and not do it at all. Okay, but if you go on a public Wi-Fi, you start going into your wallets and accounts and this and that, people can see that. Okay, so again, be very, very careful. Again, we're entering another bull run. Bull run might hit 100K. Bull run might hit a 200K in this next bull run. Who knows? I don't know, but you don't want to lose it because again, these hackers, they're working 24/7 to try to take your money. All right. Anyway, that was my little story time for the day. Hope that created some value for you. Give you some insight. Yeah, let's go make some crypto money. Peace.